Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. Today we are checking out some day one decks for the new season pass card, the Phoenix Force. Phoenix Force is a 5-cost, 6-power that reads, on reveal, revive one of your destroyed cards and merge with it. That card can move each turn. So, pretty interesting effect, kind of cool card. I do think there are some things you want to know about this. The main thing being this card operates very similarly to Hulkbuster in that it's going to revive a card and then it is going to add its power and the move ability to it. So, for example, so you blow up a Human Torch. When you play the Phoenix Force, it's going to revive that Human Torch and then attach its power and that move ability. Now, this is an important distinction because that means you are still able to get Killmongered. So be careful out there with your Phoenix Forces. As much fun as that combo definitely seems to be, it is still vulnerable to one of the most powerful tech cards in the game. So this is a Season Pass card. Season Pass, probably the best money you can be spending in Marvel Snap if you are going to spend money on the game. So even if you're not over the moon about this card, if you like the other stuff that you get in the season, probably still worth it. However, if you're a player who doesn't feel like getting the season pass every single season, I do think that this might be one of the easier cards to potentially pass on, as I don't really foresee it having a significant impact on the metagame, at least in the near future. Maybe that changes when some more new cards come out, but at least to me, not a lot of the July cards seem to support this theme. Maybe we'll see a little bit more relevant stuff in August or September, but that's a ways away. But yeah, okay card. You're probably buying it more for the so you don't actually like pull this from a cache by accident, right? Or something. And obviously all the other season stuff. But I don't think this card is going to make a crazy impact on the meta. But that said, it does seem like a fun card. I think the idea here is really cool. And I hope we see more cards like this that kind of encourage trying to mishmash two different archetypes together in a way where there is kind of synergy for both archetypes. It's always going to be tricky being the first card that's doing that, like the Phoenix Force, because it doesn't have all the other support it might need, but hopefully we get that with time. We're going to check out some day one Theorycraft decks, though, from Safety Blade. There'll be a link in the description to the article. Highly recommend checking it out for a bit more detailed write-up on the decks, and obviously the deck code if you want to import it into the game. So, starting it off, we have a dedicated Destroy deck. It's kind of interesting. Destroy has actually been seeing quite a bit of play recently, even though it hasn't gotten really many new tools in a while, barring the Phoenix Force. People are still playing quite a lot of it right now, even though it's not viewed as one of the stronger decks necessarily. It is still able to, I think, take advantage of some locations really, really well. I think that's Destroy's biggest strength, is that its power can be a little middling on average, but there are certain locations that really, really push this deck to be quite powerful. Obviously, it's always good to be a Killmonger deck right now with Bounce being so popular. But if you're looking for just a way to play your Destroy cards and you want to jam in the Phoenix Force, this seems like a pretty solid way to do so. And a lot of the cards here are fairly accessible outside of Null, who hopefully maybe we'll see drop down in the not too distant future, but who knows on that one. But yeah, if you're really into the full-on Destroy theme, seems like a solid way to go. Again, do be careful though, because if you are blowing up your Yondu or your Nova, you do have to be extra careful about that Killmonger not accidentally tapping your Phoenix Force. But like Safety mentions in the article, the Phoenix Force does give some flexibility in that we can kind of move our power around, which makes it harder for our opponent to guess where they need to allot their power. So maybe that will end up being one of the bigger strengths of this card. And then if you want to go a slightly different direction with the Destroy theme, the core of this still very much the same. However, we are making just a few changes here and including Deadpool and Nimrod. People really love the Deadpool decks. They're definitely a lot of fun to play. So if Deadpool is a little bit more your speed, or Nimrod, maybe you'll prefer this version compared to the first one we looked at. Then we have the deck that I think is actually probably the coolest and the one that I wasn't really expecting here, and that is a ramp deck. So Electro Ramp. And the idea with this one is we have some pretty powerful synergy here, particularly with Black Panther and Arnim Zola. So the idea is we play Electro on turn 3 or even Wave, but Electro is obviously preferable because we really want the ramp over multiple turns. Electro enables us to play Black Panther on turn 4, Zola on turn 5, Phoenix Force on the final turn to bring back our destroyed Panther. It'll add that 8 to the 6, double up, 28 power. That's a lot of power, and we'll have some big Black Panthers in the other 2 lanes as well. So it's a pretty cool combo, but there is some application here outside of just the Black Panther combo, as we've seen with Electro Ramp in the past. Zola is just a very versatile card when you're hitting some of these big things, like Dr. Doom or Odin. We have Venom here as another possible destroy tool. That way we're able to potentially eat up our Jeff or our Jubilee, and then use that as a kind of just tempo out the Phoenix Force. We could ramp out with Wave and Odin. There are quite a few things you can do with this. The lockout element is interesting with Storm. I am in favor of that because, well, we have Black Panther, Zola, so that helps us get in another lane. Same with Dr. Doom, same with Jeff. So we have a lot of ways of getting in closed lanes. So deck definitely benefits from that. Kind of like that inclusion. But yeah, this is definitely one of the more creative ways to use the Phoenix Force, and I think it might stand out as one of the better ways to do it. As we've seen, the Sand Ramp deck is pretty good, and this looks like a very interesting offshoot of it. Moving on, we have a movement deck here, so this is all about the movement. We do have 1 destroy card in here, Venom. The idea with this is we're just trying to blow up one of our versatile cheap move cards that we hopefully get down before Venom. So Human Torch, Dagger are probably the main ones we're going to see the most benefit from, though we could get a Vulture off as well a little bit later on. But yeah, getting any of those cards to be the Phoenix Force seems very powerful. We can move it, we can get the trigger, we can move it again with Heimdall. Just seems generally pretty good. Also seems like a decent deck to try out if you're looking for a home for Spider-Man 2099, who, even though he's not looking like a crazy meta breaker or anything, it has been a very fun card to mess around with, especially in these full movement style decks. And to close it out, we have another move-focused version, but instead of opting for the Heimdall top end, we're going a little bit more in with the Destroy theme, with a Carnage as another way to feed the Phoenix Force, and Null as a payoff for the big things we're blowing up. Venom makes a lot of sense in this list, as it helps us maintain our power from what was on the board even after it's destroyed. We bring something back with the Phoenix Force. We have Null to close out the game with all of that stuff we got from the destroyed power. And we're using Spider-Man 2099 to hopefully blow up our opponent's cards to fill that Null, make him even bigger. Zabu might look a little out of place in this deck, but he does enable a kind of neat combo here. So this does let you get 2099 as a Phoenix Force copy. So the idea is you play Zabu on 2. This allows you to play 2099 on turn 3. You can then follow up with Ghost Spider to move 2099, and then you can blow them up with Carnage. And then you have a 50-50 shot of having Phoenix Force on 5 resurrect your 2099, and you can move it and blow up another thing, and then you play Null on the final turn. It benefits from the both blowups. It's a really cool idea. I like it. Definitely a fragile combo, but a very cool one nonetheless. And obviously we do have just regularly good move cards that we can blow up with Venom or Carnage to just make the Phoenix Force generally have pretty solid value. And that is going to wrap it up for our day 1 Phoenix Force decks. So let me know in the comments below, are you planning on picking up the season pass for this card? Are you excited for it? Not excited for it? Got some interesting combo ideas? Would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe. Check out the article, link in the description if you want more info on the decks, or grab the code. And stay tuned here at Marvel Snap Zone for all your Marvel Snap content. I'm Zombies, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.